Hello, 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 hello. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Ah, yeah, yeah, beep, 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 beep. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. What I want to talk about now is depression. The depression. A lot of things can cause depression. Lots can cause depression. Uh, may God help us. The rate at which people are killing themselves every day is on the high rate. Killing, self-killing is increasing daily. And what can make someone to decide to take his or her own life? What do you think can make someone to decide, oh, I'm tired of this world, look at all the goodies of the world, look at all the benefits of the world, and decided to kill his or herself? Even under normal circumstances, you don't want to die, you don't want to go. You try to avoid anything that will take your life. If everything is normal, you do. If you are sick, you take yourself to hospital, you seek doctor's help to recover back fully. If you see any danger, you try to avoid it. Under normal circumstances, you don't want to die. So what can now make someone to decide that I want to die? I want to kill myself. I want to take my life. Forget about the family. If the person is married, forget about the children. If it's not married, forget about the parents, the brothers, the sisters, the families, and decided to take his or her own life. What can make someone go to that extent? Depression. So why does people have depression? A lot of things can cause depression. Self-made depression. Knowingly, no, unknowingly, self-made. And at times you might know, yeah, knowingly and unknowingly. At times you might know, but you just feel ignore or I don't care. And self-made, look at this picture that I'm going to show you now. This picture, let me show you this. These are one of the self-made. Like this lady, look at before, after artificial bum. Look at now. You can see it now. Okay. These are self-made depression. It can, if she look at herself and people start asking, oh, what happens to your bumble? What happens to the big bumble? What is going on? The shame can make her go into depression and decide to take her life. But she was created naturally. God created her in his own image, in his own way. But she decided to go extra miles by changing the way God created her. And anything artificial can never last forever. It can never last forever. When artificial is artificial, the pains you're going to go through, the medication you be on, then there's no way you can use the bomb the way you use the natural one. Now it's now artificial. You can't use it the same way. You can't sit the way you like. You can't even do a lot of things like the natural one that God created. So why going into it? Those are self-made depression. If the situation she is now lead her to depression, is a self-made. So living an artificial life too is number one, self-made depression. Artificial life, there are a lot of ways you can live an artificial life. Like the story of this lady I made a video on, Iya Ibeji, the one that pretended to be pregnant. Why she is not pregnant? By using a calabash or tying something on her stomach to pretend for a whole 9 months. And after that, she claimed she has a partial stroke, which is that can also lead to depression too, because the stress she go through for that 9 months, easy rara. It's not an easy job. It's not an easy job. And now when the whole situation turned around and she started thinking, flashing back her memory to all what she went through for pretending to be pregnant, breastfeeding the child that she wasn't pregnant with, that affected her. And you can see naturally she's not a normal self. She's not a normal self because she's going through a lot of stress now. So there are other ways that can lead to depression. You want to be what you are not. You want to let people see you, you are this. Meanwhile, you are something else. It can be times of an achievement. You want people to know you have achieved this when you don't have it. You pretend to people, you borrow to pose, you are ready to do anything for money. The question is, how long can you do that thing to make that money to cover up? If that means of making money stops, what is going to happen to you? How are you going to handle it? I once had an experience with a lady who happens to be having a good job, well-paid job. She has a home that she's paying a mortgage that she's paying monthly. Fortunately for her, based on the story, she told me she lost the job based on one reason or the other. She lost the job. But when she lost the job, she couldn't meet up. She couldn't meet up with the payments. And she go into depression. She bought a car for her daughter. 2 of her daughters, she bought a car for them. Car loan, she's paying every month. Her own car too. That was that year model. She's on mortgage too. She has a lot of monthly payments that she can't cope with. And that makes her to go into depression. Then, when she told me, I asked her, she said she was trying one time that she wanted to take her life, that she even took the poison. Actually, she took the poison. You go to sleep, she wake up to be alive. And she was like, what happened? Why didn't I go? Then she said, okay, maybe God doesn't want me to go now, based on what she told me. Then I asked her, I said, do you think there are better way you can reduce this monthly payment instead of taking your life? Number one, house is very important. You can't do without a house. You have children where you can lay your head. First, if you feel now you can't cope with the mortgage, you can sell it off to get cheaper one that you can pay. Secondly, your car that is maybe like 2022 car, you can sell it and buy maybe 2020, as long as it takes you to where you are going. The situation have changed now. What you need to do, the first thing you need to do is, how do I cut my expenses instead of thinking of how to kill yourself? You bought a car for your children, car loan. That car happens to be that year car too. You can also sell the car to buy a cheaper one for them to save more money. Then she told me, she said, what will people say? People that have seen her using latest car, people that have seen her children using latest car, people that have seen her living in a big home, what will people say? So based on what will people say, she decided to take her life. Does it worth it? No. And she also has it in mind that because there are a lot of jobs you can do in America if you are not proud. Okay, if you are a director, manager on top, and now the job is no more, you can also be a servant to pick up your life. While you're trying to get your feet back, you can also pick a small jobs that can be giving you money, even if you don't have extra savings, at least that can pay your bill. But she doesn't want to go down to that level. She still want to maintain the status of manager. What will people say? Can what will people say take you to early grave? Does it worth it? Do you have to kill yourself because of what will people say? No. You don't have to. You don't have to. The most important thing that causes depression, that is number one, especially we, apart from, don't let me jump, maybe someone is on use of drug can also cause a depression, because it's going to make your life miserable. You cannot live a normal life. You can't do without it, and if you don't have money to maintain, that too can also cause depression. And the drug itself can also cause depression. But the most important thing is, number one, that causes depression is the environment you live. The environment you live, most especially your country. Do they care about you? Do they provide amenities? Do they make life good for you to live in? Most especially my country, Nigeria. Let us watch this video, which that is going to explain how depression comes. Not only you, it can come through any different ways. So let's listen to this and see what causes depression. Number one cause of depression. inflation, ASUU strike, terrorism, kidnapping, corruption, short belle full, no one born, unemployment, jobless people walking around, no job to do, bad road, accidents everywhere every day, electricity, no lights, government, nothing concern me. My own is to short belle full, nothing concern me. That is number one, depression. After 62 years of independence, what has the government achieved? What have they really achieved? Those people you campaign for now, let them come back, let them come back. They have been there for more than 20 years. The child that was born 20 years ago is still the same thing? Is it growing up or going down? So why should Nigeria still remain the same? That is number one, depression. No job. You see our youth now going and do everything to make money, killing, ready to kill their mother, their father, their siblings, kill anybody on their way just to make money. And there are people who are in charge of this thing, who can make Nigeria great, who can make Nigeria a better place, but they refuse. Instead of doing that, they pocket this money in their trouser. They don't want it to come out. They start investing for great grandchildren that has not even in the next 100 years they have invest on properties for them. Why you that is still living, that is alive, that is breathing, they makes you suffer. They makes life miserable. It's not everybody that can do anything for money. It's not everybody that is ready to share blood to make money. It's not everybody that is ready to steal to make money. And if you cannot do that, how can you live a good life? This can also lead to depression. Can make people to think, why am I living? When you look your right and your back, your front, you feel there is no way forward. Then you ask yourself, why am I still living? What am I doing on this earth? Why not take and forget about it? Instead of going back to bed every night, sleeping, crying, or going hungry every day, decided to end it up. Does it worth it? This is the same country where the governor decided to beat people that comes late to work. You watch it. Yeah. See? See them now? You're trying to cover up? They are beating them. Beating them for coming late to work. Trying to cover up. You see, Cain? You see? Why do you need to be there? If they come to work late, the worst you can do, you remove their money. You remove their pay. These are adults. Everybody just take law into their hands. They just feel they can do anything they like. That's a sample of who go ask me why. Who go ask me, lawless country? Why should you beat them? They don't come to work, you reduce their pay. You pay them for the days they work. That is how civilized country do. You don't lay them down and start beating them with cane like a baby, like a child. So you're using your power because you feel they cannot sue you, they can't arrest you with police. So the environment you live can also cause depression. People around you. Do you have one ailment or the other that people use to abuse you with or criticize you? They don't want to help. They don't want to play with you. They don't want to mingle with you. They use that sickness against you. That can lead to depression. That can make you think, so what am I doing on earth? I'm not useful. Maybe people who are disabled, they can also decide to take their life because there is no, most especially those outside back home in Africa where they don't care about disabled people. But in a civilized country, they are number one. They care for them. They take care of them than able people. So those people, it's hard for them to even think of going through depression because they make you feel like you are able. They try to bring out something good in you. But back home in Africa, you can experience that depression for those sets of people. Because there's no provision for them, no one cares for them, no one bother about them, whether they live, they eat, they have a home, no one cares. Depression. If you lose someone that is very dear, very close to you, can also cause depression. Lose your husband, your wife that is so dear to you, that you love so much. You lose a sibling, your mother, your father, or someone dear to you like brothers, sisters. That can also lead to depression too. The only thing is ability to manage those situations. Have that in mind that it has happened. It has happened. There's nothing you can do about it. If it's something that is under your power that you can still manage or control, okay. But it's beyond you. There's nothing you can do about it. The person has gone already. Learn how to recover from it and also to manage your life, to manage the depression. Don't allow it to overpower you. Don't let it lead to something that you start thinking of. You want to take your life. Taking drugs too. If anyone is introducing you to this drug, the question you should ask yourself, how is that person's life? Does he behave normal? Does he have a normal life? Is he living good? How about his health? Before you even think of accepting the offer. If you see one or two things that is not good about the person, then you don't need to accept the offer. You don't go to it. Try to manage depression. I know money is very, very important, but at the same time, don't allow the power of money to overpower you. Don't allow it. Be positive, believe in God, trust in God, believe one day God is going to make a way for you. Don't rate your position too high. Don't start planning on how to start your life on a high level. When you want to start on a high level, that is the beginning of depression. Beginning of depression. Because how long can you maintain that high level? You have to start from the scratch. If you are not born into a rich home, I mean, those people who have properties for their great grandchildren, if you are not born into that home, then you should learn how to start from scratch. It's not everybody that will go to school. If your parents can avoid sending you to school, no problem. You go to school. But if they can't send you to school, learn work. Look for a job. That handwork is even more lucrative and is even more reliable than school now. When you are talking of Africa now, handwork is more reliable now than school. Because a lot of graduates, they are there, no job, they are jobless. So if you learn how to work and you are honest with it, you start your life. You start growing little by little. But you are looking at those people who are using latest cars and you are just dreaming of when you have your own car. You see someone who's using 2020, you don't know how come that person has that car, achieve it. You want to have it by all means. You dreaming of having it. Then, the beginning of depression. Because by the time you join them and you find out what they do and you don't want to do it, you're going to put yourself into problem. And if you do it, you're going to pay back. You're going to pay back. There are a lot of ways you can avoid depression in this life. Self-made depression. You can avoid it. You can do without it by controlling yourself. But if you are the type, you want to be like A, you want to be like B, you want to be like C, you see A who has latest car, you want to have the same thing. You see B who has latest house, you want to have it too. You see C who has latest design clothes, who puts on designers, shoes, clothes every day. You want to be like the same person too. Beginning of depression. Be yourself. Learn to be yourself. Learn to be contented with the little you have. Don't run after others' property. Don't run after others' achievements. Run after your own, the one God gives to you. Don't wish to be like anybody. You can admire. There is nothing bad. You can admire. But at the same time, don't go to anywhere, maybe in your heart or corner of your house to say, oh, I want to be like that person. If you want to be like that person, get close to the person and ask the person how come the journey so far. Let the person share the journey so far with you and see if it's something you want to be. If the person is real with you. If he has a good job, he connects you to the job, you are well paid, so good. Yeah. Contact connection. Good. There's nothing bad in it. But if he doesn't have any legitimate job and you keep on seeing properties, goodies around him, then watch out. So most people who are extra rich now, if you are very close to them, you know they have crisis. They have depression, psych. They have crisis. They are on medication. They overstress their brain. They overuse their brain. Because every day new things are coming out. How long do you want to continue running about worldly things? How long do you want to continue running about things of the world? Does it worth it? And if you can no longer run, what happens? Depression kicking. And that is when you start thinking of, I want to end it all. I want to end it all. I want to find solution to it. I want to put an end to this. The question is, does it worth it? Another way of depression is those looking unto God for marriage, baby of their own, and also cause depression too. When you are looking for husband or for wife, don't focus your life on it. If you don't want the depression to set in, continue with your normal daily activities. Continue with the normal things you do every day. Go to work, live your normal life, eat good food, eat at the right time, go to sleep at the right time, pray to God, and wait upon the Lord. Don't let depression set in when you are looking for a partner. There are a lot of things that need to be discussed about partner, but that is later. We're talking about depression now. Don't let it overpower you. Don't let it overcome you that can make you to go into depression. You don't have to. Because if you are depressed and you take your life inside grave, are you going to see husband? Because it happens few months ago, a lady who took her life, well-paid, she has a well-paid job. She's okay. She just decided to end it all. It was rumor that she's single, looking for a life partner. She couldn't get. We don't know how true it is. But it can also lead to depression if you cannot manage it. If you live your life on it, you wake up every day looking for husband. You wake up every day looking for wife. It can lead to depression. You go to prophet to pray for you, looking for husband, you are waiting for results. If you see any man walk past or maybe with good intention, maybe just a friend intention, you start thinking maybe this one, oh, your prayer has been answered. Maybe this one is coming back to talk to me about, I want to marry you. Then the beginning of depression. If you go to herbalists to do jazz for you, or people that are selling bead now to attract men to you, to do this, when you put on the bead, if any man pass by, you wish this man is coming, or you think this man is coming to come and approach you, you start looking at him as if, can this one even be my husband? The man has not even talked to you that he wants to date you. That is the beginning of depression. That is the beginning of depression. Likewise, men too. You see a lady pass by, you wish, oh, does this one, is she coming to date me? If I talk to her, will she be my wife? Will she do this? You start thinking maybe the lady you are looking at is married or is engaged or doesn't even like you, does not even think of having you as boyfriend, not to even talk of husband. But because you have dig your hand into one thing or the other, and you feel whatever comes your way is for you. Beginning of trouble, beginning of depression. Those are the things that you need to watch out for. Live your normal life. When you use it as a prayer point every day, it's also beginning of depression. Yeah. There are other things that you can pray over. Pray over your life. Pray over breakthrough. Pray over protection. Pray over God's guidance over you. Not over husband, wife, every day, morning, afternoon. God give me husband. Hey, husband, my own wife. God give me my wife. God give me my husband, morning, afternoon. God give me my husband. God give me my wife, evening. God give me my wife. God give me my husband. 90, midnight. You wake up 12 a.m. You wake up 3 a.m. Start to pray. God, give me my husband. Give me my wife. Give me my husband. Give me my wife. Beginning of depression. Beginning of depression. Yeah. Because when you put all your prayer on it, then you wake up every day to see results. And if you cannot get results, maybe it's not yet time for God. Then you start thinking, oh, maybe they are doing me in my village. Oh, someone is after me. When I do that prayer, who greets me first? Who greets me last? Whom do I see first? Whom do I see last? Or maybe this prophet is not strong enough. This herbalist is not strong enough. This Afa is not strong enough. This pastor is not strong enough. Oh, let me look for another one. Oh, this one. You start calling people. Oh, do you know this Afa? Oh, do you know a better prophet? Oh, do you know better pastor that can pray? I need a life partner. I need a life partner. Oh, what? Beginning of depression. Watch out. Watch out, beginning of depression. The same thing with those looking for a baby of their own, looking for child. Praying to God to conceive. That is also part of depression too, if you overdo it. If you overdo it. There are other ways, better ways you can get pregnant. You can have your own child. Go for treatment. Do check-up medically. If there's anything that needs to be treated, go for it. Pray to God. Wait upon God. If you've waited enough and you can no longer continue, then there are other options. Surrogacy, if it's something that you can't carry a child in your womb, you can go for that. If you can still carry a child in your womb, you can go for IVF. Some fail. You pray to God too. You can go for IVF. If all other options fail, you can adopt legally. You have documents to back it up and it becomes your child. Anywhere in the world, if it's properly legalized, it becomes your child. No one can query you for that. But when you wake up every day, cry in the morning, cry in the afternoon, cry in the evening, looking for child, looking for this, looking for baby of your own, depression sets in. You go to this, they tell you, oh, if I shit, hot shit, you lick it immediately when it's hot. The next thing you will get pregnant. You do it. Some will tell you, I have to sleep with you, have intimacy with you before you can conceive. You go for it. They carry one kind different concoction mixed together. Cook am for you to eat, you eat. Because you are looking for baby. And if you do all this and it's still not working, depression setting. Depression setting. So, to avoid all this is just to be patient, wait upon the Lord, do normal checkup, go to hospital. If you see any natural herbs, leaves naturally that you can pick in the bush or in the market you buy, like agbo, you drink it, there is nothing bad in it. Because there are a lot of those soups, because I grew up seeing my mother preparing those soup for some people and it works. They cook the soup, you eat it, but this is leaf and a snail with the snail water. They cook all together, you lick it, it cleanses your stomach. That is the job it does. It doesn't bring child though. It's not the one that will produce child though. But in case if you have anything, any problem in your stomach, any dirty in your stomach, it cleanses it. That can stop you from getting pregnancy. That is what the soup does. It's going to clean your stomach. It's going to wash your stomach. And if that is actually the problem you have, pregnancy will come. Baby will come. But if the problem is more than that, it's still not going to work. You drink agbo. The agbo is to clean your stomach. It's not, the agbo is not the one that will bring baby. Oh, it's going to clean your stomach in case if there's any problem, any dirty, any crow, whatever it is, any sickness, any infections that you have. It's going to clear it and prepare your womb to be conceived. That is what it does. Don't let anybody deceive you. Giving you all those things is not going to give you baby. And if that is the problem you have, if you have infection, and that is what is stopping you from getting pregnant, and they give you this agbo to drink or this soup, it clears it off, then you can get pregnant. But if your problem is more than that, it's not going to come. And if it's not yet time for God, it's still the same thing. You don't have to go into depression because you are looking for a baby. I know it's not easy. When you see your mate, especially when you are married, people are looking onto you. They are waiting on you to see you pregnant. They are waiting to carry your baby, most especially the mother-in-laws. They want to see you. They want to see you with baby. They are eager to see their grandchild. And the pressure is too much on you. But at the same time, don't let it make you to go into depression. Because when you are depressed, you cannot have baby. You can't. So whatever will stop you from having that baby you wish to have, then try to avoid it. Don't allow anything to make you go into depression. Try to avoid it. Don't live above your means. Don't run after your friend or your mates or your neighbors or your colleagues. Don't wish to be like them. Different people. You did not come to this world at the same time. You are not even from the same womb. Even those from the same womb should not even run after each other that they want to be the same thing. God created us individually with different destiny. Different people with their own time. Some people make this money at early stage. At old age, money gone. Why some make this money at later age? And they keep it till they die. They maintain it till they die. And the time God is going to bless us is not going to be the same time. Different time, different days, different months, different years. And your blessing cannot be my blessing. As long as my problem cannot be your problem, my blessing cannot be your blessing. I'm going to have my own problem, you're going to have your own. I'm going to have my own blessing at my own time. You're going to have your own blessing at your own time. Don't run after other people. Don't wish to be like. When you look at the stage you are now, you feel, oh, I'm not supposed to be this. Oh, maybe you are using car and you see your mate who has a private jet and you wish, oh, I wish I have a private jet. My mate, my colleagues, my childhood friend, my mate, my this, my that is using a private jet. Why am I having car? Why am I using car? I'm supposed to have a private jet. My dear brothers and sisters, go back and check your mates who does not have bicycle and balance the life. Check your mates who does not have bicycle and balance the life. It's good to look up. It's good to wish good. Everybody wants to be good. But don't let it lead to depression. And the only way to not lead to depression is when you start to think back. When you think front, you think back. When you think front, you think back. If you keep on thinking front, I, if you cannot get it, then depression sets in. Depression sets in. Do you know the time you decided to take your life, you are depressed because you couldn't get what you want? Do you know if that is the time God wants to bless you? Have you ever thought about that? That might be the time God wants to bless you, or you are already running to your blessing. Don't forget, I did not say walking. When you are walking slowly. Now I'm saying running to your blessing. And that is the time you allow depression to overpower you. How can you take the life you did not create? God that created you knows you. He never leaves you. He never abandons you. He never forgets you. Our sins can bring gap between we and God. But at the same time, He never forgets you. He's waiting on you and I to repent. Our sins can also cause a delay in our blessing too. Not everything is from family. Not everything is from my mother, grandmother, my father, my sibling is after me, is this, is doing witchcraft, this one, that one. We go. At times we are the witchcraft of ourselves. We are the one doing ourselves. We are the one causing the major problem for ourselves. We are the one. Because nothing is hidden. Whatever you do in secret and no one sees you and you feel nobody sees you, you're going to cover it up. Don't forget, God sees you. And whatever you sow, you will reap. My dear brothers and sisters, don't allow depression into your life. Do everything possible to avoid it. Don't allow it to get to a stage where depression will set in into your life. because to manage it is difficult. But to prevent it is so easy. We can prevent. Try everything possible to prevent it. Thank you. Bye. If you like it, comment, share. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. 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 Bye.